intra-document links. Now, after understanding about links, one more option is there. We need to understand how do we work with tables and forms. How do we work with tables and forms? First, we will see how we can work with tables in HTML. So already we discussed the links. Have you tried that exercise I given? Able to do that, but only few people submitted. I uploaded it as a task. In the task, you have to upload your example, what you designed. You zip the files and you upload that so that I can see what you designed. Right? So whatever exercises I am giving, you upload them so that I can see what you designed. So after understanding the tables, another is links tables. Actually, tables are used, you know that tables are used to store data in rows and columns. Used to store data in rows and columns. Earlier, we have to design entire website by using tables. Close. So earlier, we used to design entire website using tables, but now we are using all containers, divs, spans and all. Tables are very important for presenting data, and it is used in various occasions. For example, suppose I will show you some real world tables. Means suppose some example like Telerik. Here Telerik is actually is a third party. You will understand later. You can see here some jQuery, JavaScript. I will show you here. Suppose grids are there. You can see this is a grid-like experience. You can see these are grids. This is data. Data is arranged in rows and columns. Data is arranged in complete rows and columns here. So these are all rows and these are columns. Some products data. This is some products data. Some employees data, products data. So earlier we have to design entire website, but now we are using only for designing such data. Tables are used for organizing everything into rows and columns. So employees, products, generally how you show in Excel. In the same way, we can present in HTML. But here tables are only for presentation, and for tables so many options are there. Let's see. Actually, table elements are, so we have table, we have caption, T head, T body, T foot, and call group. We have T R, TH, TR, TH, TD. All these are used for designing a table. To design a table, all these are required. But depending on situation, sometimes we need only few, sometimes we need all. I will show you what they are. To design table, you have so many elements. So table, caption, T head, T body and all. I will show you a simple example here. See, means actually, suppose this is a table. This is a table. It is designed by using table element. Table is designed by using this. Usually table contains a caption. Caption comes here. Table contains a caption. Caption comes here. Table have caption. Caption means table name, titles, something. The caption comes there. In the middle, it will come. Table contains 3 sections actually. In table, we have 3 sections. The head section, the body section, and footer section. Head, body, and foot. Table is designed with 3 sections actually. This is called head. We design with T head. Body section is designed by using T body. Footer section is designed by using T foot. So table contains 3 sections, the head, the body, and the footer. Now inside head, you see, for example, I showed you a table, Telerik, yeah, for example. This is the table here. Some jQuery, okay. This is the table we have seen just now. You see, in this table, this is actually header. Header contains product name, product price, in stock. All these are defined in table header. This is table header. And this is table body. That means this is table body. And usually copyrights or something else, if they are present, they are kept in table footer. Actually, this is table footer. In table footer, they give in pagination, page numbers, next page, previous page, like things we can design there. So table contains 3 sections actually: head section, the body section, and footer. So we have 3 sections: head and body, footer. And very important, in every section, you can see it contains a row. You can see this is one row. And important, this is one row. This is another row. These are rows. That means in head section, you will have row. In body section, you will have row. And in footer section also, you have row. And rows are designed by using TR. Rows are designed by using TR. And any number of rows you can have. So in head section, you can have 1 row, 2 rows, depending on requirement. And in body section, again, we have row. So you can have any number of rows. You can have any number of rows, inside the container. Footer also will have a row. Inside row, you can observe inside row, this is row. Inside row, this is cell. We call it as cell. These cells are designed by using T head. You can design with TH, or you can design with TD. You can use TH or TD for every cell. But difference is both are cells only. TD and TH both are cells only. Difference is heading cells will look different. That means already you know heading have predefined style. Predefined style means bold, alignments, all these are according to the heading effect. So if you want normal style, then you can use TD. If you want heading style, then you can use TH. You can use anywhere. In between also you can put a TH. But usually headings are kept at the top. So that is according to the requirement. So table have caption. Table have three sections: head, body, and footer. In every section we have rows. Every row contains header or ordinary cell. Header cell or ordinary cell. Column group is actually, it is used to divide table into column group like this. What is advantage of grouping the columns is nothing but you can group the columns. What is advantage of that is, suppose left side I am having heading, then what I can do is, for example here, actually suppose I have details like name, I have like price, I have like stock, some details are present, and right side we have total. Now what I want is, I want to group all these as one and total another. We can design such groups so that all these headings one group and this total another group, so that you can put separate color, separate effects like that. Generally if you have like summary or some other details displayed, then you can define by using this option. You can configure by using this option. So that is the general approach how you can create. So column group is not mandatory, but if you want, you can design a column group. But all these will effectively visible only once you give good attributes. So table have lot of attributes also. These are all table elements. Table have lot of attributes. When you use those attributes, then it will be effective. Without attributes, it doesn't look much as a table. With attributes, we can give perfect appearance as table. We will see how to use them, how we can handle them. See, so I will go to the project here. And in this project, we are designing a table we will create. So let's go and design here in public folder, add a new file, some tables.html, and let's create a document. Doc type, head, title, tables. In the body section, I'm designing a table. In this, we have caption. So product details. Okay. In that, we have three sections. One is T head, another one is T body, another one is T foot. Three sections are there. Now in head, I will use row. In every section, there will be row. In every section, you have to add a row. Inside row, you can have cells. Suppose every cell is designed by using TD. Or if you want special heading like, then you can use TH. For example, here I am giving name, another TD. This is price, another TD, stock, another TD. So preview like this. Important is in a cell, you can keep anything, picture, link, anything you can keep. Because it's a container, just like a div, you can keep anything inside it. Now you see, this looks normal. It looks normal. Let's run this and see. and it looks normal. It doesn't have a table look also, because we need some attributes. Those attributes I will tell you, but detailedly we will discuss the attributes after this point. As of now, temporarily, I'm using table 2 attributes. One is width, which already you know. Width I will give as 600 pixels or 500, and border I will give border as 1. Now you can see this border and width already we have for images also, and you can see table looks like this now. But observe here, the name, price, stock, preview all looks normal. I will change them. Instead of TD to TH. TH contains a special appearance like heading. So it is not mandatory to keep like heading. It depends on your requirement. You can keep it in a heading if you want. Obviously, first we want headings. We will use TH. Now this is the first row. This is the first row. And in heading only we have one row. Below that we want here in the body another row. In that, in this row, we have to put how many cells, how many columns. That depends on how many cells you write. That means in the heading, how many cells are there? 4. That means how many columns will come? 4 columns will come. So in the first column, TD, name, I given as some speaker, some name. Another TD. So this is like some price. Another TD. This is stock, available like this. And another TD. This is preview. Preview means here you can put a picture. Image source is equal to, we can keep public images, and we have some speaker.jpg. Width is some 60, height also 60, like this. And you can see this is first row, and it will display like this. We can have images in this way. You can keep anywhere. We will see various techniques. First we need to understand how do we present. Now here we can add any number of rows like that. That means in the body we want another row. Then I will copy this. I will add another row. This time I changed some, so some neck band, right? Some here I changed the price, and here I changed some neck band PNG. It will come like this. We can add the contents according to our requirements. Now one more option is there. In the footer I am adding a row. In this row I am adding cell, and here I am just keeping the cells empty. I am keeping the cells empty. 4. You can see these are all empty cells we have. We don't have any content there. Later we will learn how to merge, how to keep one cell and other options. Because generally what we do is, suppose here I am writing, if you want to keep empty, ampersand NBSP, that is space, ampersand NBSP space. Suppose I am writing @ copy. So, and I said copyright 2022. It will look like this. So here I am displaying some empty. That means ampersand NBSP. Later I will show you how to merge the cells and display. That means we can combine all these cells and keep as one cell. For that we need to learn a lot of attributes now. So initially this is a table. So HTML presents the table. Now JavaScript, jQuery, these will allow you to manipulate the table. Manipulate the table means, now what we can do, so like you saw in that website, you can filter only the products that belongs to electronics. You can filter the products based on price, highest to lowest order. So you can filter, you can sort, you can search, you can do lot of manipulations on that. But those all things we have to do with our programming. Here, everything is just only design. And in this, what we have done, we used all these elements. We haven't used column group. So I'm using a column group here. Even you use column group, you see in table, you have to use column group. Column group, am, am I using column group? It will not have any difference here. Because column group requires how many, it requires a style. I will apply a style, background color yellow. But you can see that it is applying for first. I want it for 3 cells. That means I have to use column group span for 3. That means it will apply for 3. I can apply for 2. It will be applied like this. I will apply for 1. It will be like this. It depends. But column group without styles, it will not appear at all. So if I don't give any style, then it will not be there. You will not feel like there is a column group, but column group is visible in various other locations also. I will show you. As of now, column group is like 2 or 3. There is no difference here. You can see there is no difference. It's empty. But once you give attributes, then you will see it more better way. I will show you those attributes now. So initially, to design table, you have all this. And of course, inside table, how you want to display, for that we need to learn a lot of attributes. We will see those attributes now. So first, one example I will give here. So this is an example program. I will copy this. This is the program with general table related options. But table have a lot of important attributes. We will see those attributes now. Table attributes are very important. First important in table attributes, we have border, frame, and rules. Table first important option, we have border, we have frame, and we have rules. Let's see what are these and how do we work with them. See, actually for table, I am removing this border. For table, I am just giving only width. Then table looks like this. Actually, just a table looks like this. So I am just giving the width 600. Then table looks like this. It just looks like this. It doesn't have anything else. It just looks like this. For table, you have 3 things. Actually, frame is used. It is used for table. Frame is used for table, and you can apply values. Frame values can be like box, it can be like RHS right hand side, LHS left hand side, above, below, and void. These are the values for frame. Table can have frame, and table frame contains these values. You can define these values for table. That means for a table, you can define frame. Frame is for table, not for rows and columns. It is for table, not for rows and columns. Observe carefully what I am doing here. I am using table frame. I can use frame as box. You can see it will be like this now. That means frame is for entire table. Frame is for entire table. It looks like this. That means we have only the box for entire table. Now this can be box or it can be above. Above means only above will be there. We can keep it below. Below means only below will be there. You can keep it RHS, right hand side. Only right hand side will be there. If you remembered, we learnt about footer, Amazon footer. Many people asked right side how to get a split. You can get with border right. You can get with border right. With table also we can design. But we don't use tables anymore for such designs. We use divs and columns. By using column borders we do. But table have that facility. We have RHS, we have LHS, LHS, left hand side. And if I say void, that means no frame. Void is used for no frame. You want frame, you can put it as box. If you put as box, it will have frame. So frame is used for table. Syntactically, we write like this. Table, frame is equal to box. We can use box, we can use RHS, LHS and all. Another important is rules. Rules is used for rows, columns and groups. It is used for rows, columns and groups. So its values will be, rules can have values like rows, calls and groups and none. Rules can be having the options like rows, columns, groups and none. So see here, currently we are using only frame. I will do one thing. Here I will use rules also. Rules, and here I will give rules as all. Actually, rules have one more option, that is all. That means it will be both rows and columns. So I am giving rules as all. Okay, you can see that it will contain rules. Rules are for rows and columns. Suppose I want only for rows, then I can use here rules as rows. Means it will be only for rows, not for columns. If you want only columns, then you have calls. Calls means it will be only for columns. Now you can test these groups. If I use groups, how many groups are there in table currently? 3 groups are there. T head, T body, T foot, 4 groups are there. Column group is also there. Now you can see the column group working. You can see the column group working. You can see column group is working. That means you cannot see column group working until or unless you give some color, effects, or use this attribute. Otherwise, you cannot see or feel, right? So that depends on span. Suppose 2, then column group will be like this. So if I say 3, then column group will be like this. And if I put rules as all, you cannot see column group. You will not find column group because for every column it will have that. Suppose if I want to remove the frame, here frame you have to give as void. If I give frame void, then it will be removed. Then only the rows, columns will be there. So here if I put this as rows, rules as rows, it will display like this. So it depends on how you want to display the content. So you can add the frames, you can add the rules. Frame is for table and rules is for rows, columns and groups. So syntactically you can define in this way. Table can have frame, frame we will give as box, and we can have rules. Rules can be defined as groups or all, whatever you want, you can define. This is difference between a frame and rules. And very important, table can have border. Actually, it is used for cell. It is used for cell. So table cells. Border is not for table. Border is for cell. And very important, it can have values 0 or 1. It can have values 0 or 1. That means 0 is false. False means no border. No border. And 1 is true. That means border. You can apply no border and border. You can define in this way. Right? These are the basic things you need to understand. Now, very important here, very important you have to note is border cannot display if rules are defined. If rules are defined, it is mandatory to remove rules attribute. Remember, if I ask how to remove rules, then many people say we will put rules equal to all, none. If I say rules equal to none, rules is removed. But remember, rules is removed, but rules attribute is not removed. You have to remove attribute. If attribute is there, then border will not work. That means it is not about setting rules to none. It is about completely removing the attribute. For example, see now, actually, if I use rules as none, that means rules will not be there. Frame as box, that means box will be there. Now I am applying border. Border is not thickness. Border is only 1 or 0. 1 means you are having a border. But see, it's not working. Why it is not working? Because rules is there. You may be thinking like it is none. None means rules is there but disabled. We don't want rules at all. If you want border, there cannot be rules. So remove rules attribute, remove it. Then only border will come. And very important, border is only for cell. How to know it? You can understand that border is only for cell. How to know it? You remove frame. Frame we will give void. Then you can see border is only for cell. You can see border is only for cell. Every cell have border. Border is for only cells. Every cell will have a border. Every cell is having a border. Every cell is having a border. Actually, if I give as frame box, you will feel like border means entire table. No, border is not for table. Border is only for cells. Border is only for cell. And see, here I am giving border as suppose 0. That means there is no border. I am giving 10, border as 10. Then you see normal. That means it is not size of border. For images and all, you have seen border size. If I give border 2, border 4, border 6, size will increase. But here border is only 0 and 1. Anything greater than 1 is equal to 1. Anything greater than 1 is equal to 1. So it is either 0 or 1. And very important, border cannot display if rules are defined. So it is mandatory to remove rules attribute from table. From table. That means if I write like this, table border is equal to 1 and rules is equal to none. So this is invalid. Understood? So what you have to do, table, we have to just give border is equal to 1. Border is equal to 1. This is how we need to configure. This is the basic approach of how we can define tables with rules, border and frame. Combination how we can define them. This is first important attribute. In this you have seen 3 attributes. One is frame, another one rules, another one border. Next important attribute is cell spacing and cell padding. Cell spacing and cell padding. Already we know the words cell spacing is nothing but, so it sets space between cells, and you know cell padding means, padding you know na? Cell padding means it sets space between border and content. Okay, that is cell padding. You can see here currently. Now I will put border as 1 and the frame as void. That means we are removing the frame. Then you can see it will be like this, and we will put some space, and here we will use cell spacing is equal to how many pixels? 10 pixels. Then some space will come. We can adjust the space between cells, but observe the contents are exactly on border. So you want some space between them also. Then we have to use cell padding. Cell padding is equal to 10. Then it will set some space between the content also. So the margin is between the cells and padding is between the border and the content. Border and the content that you can give. Now I just given here as border, and if I say frame as box, then it looks like this. We have frame and we have this. You cannot apply rules. If you apply rules, rules will work, border will not work. Rules will dominate. That means if you apply both rules and border, which one will be priority? Priority is always given for rules only, no border. That means, for example, here I given rules is equal to all. That means rules only will come, border will not come. So there will be no border. So rules will dominate always, no border, right? That means it depends on that here. So here one more here syntactically how you define. So table, and in that we have cell spacing is equal to some pixels, cell padding is equal to some pixels, and you can give border. So that is one like this I define. You can put frame is equal to some void like this. This is the basic how we can design the tables with all these options, right? This is a syntax. That is cell spacing, cell padding, cell border, cell frame, rules. These are all attributes. I am giving category wise. That means actually you learnt so many attributes now. What are the attributes you learnt here? So we have border attribute, we have rules attribute, we have frame attribute, we have cell spacing attribute, cell padding attribute. I categorized them. And another important for table, you have another option is BG color and background. Actually BG color, it sets background color. background color for table or group or row or cell. That means you can apply at any level. You can apply for table, you can apply for group, you can apply for row, or you can apply for cell. At any level you can apply. That means you can see here, I am writing BG color. Suppose I am writing BG color is equal to some yellow. It will apply to entire table. Suppose I will remove from here and I will apply only in T head. It will work only for T head. I remove from here and I apply only in this TH. It will apply only for TH. So we can apply at any level. At table, different colors we can define and configure. But generally in many interviews and many requirements, they ask like, I want every alternate row different colors. Such things we can do with CSS. Later I will tell you how we can apply different styles for order and even, because when you are giving here in the style, I am applying for row and here I will give some background color. Background color as suppose lime. So lime. So that is the background color for all of them. It is applying background for all of them. But actually we can use here an option called nth child, and I will write here odd. That means only for odd ones it will come. Odd ones it will come. Heading is also odd. I want only body. That means T body. In the table body, whatever rows are there, odd ones. Because this is footer, na? That is footer. That means odd. Suppose one more row is added, you can see the difference. I will copy here and two more rows I am adding. It will come like this. For odd, you can have one color. For even, you can have another color. That means you can write here another option. So this is for even, and you can put another color, suppose light yellow or something. And you can see this will be there for even and odd occurrence. Such things you can apply with styles. Later I will tell you. So as of now, you don't need to try this. So you need to just understand how we can use the background color. That is just only for example I given. Later I will tell you how you can apply the styles. Okay. So because that is generally asked, like how we can display, right? So technically, so BG color you can apply for table, you can apply for group or cell. That means you can write like this. Table can have BG color yellow, or you can apply T head. Here you can apply BG color. So BG color as suppose red something. You can apply at TR row level. You can say BG color. It will work for entire row. And similarly, you can apply for cell level BG color. It will apply only for that particular cell. Like for heading, for group, for table, you can apply. The same thing, you can apply background also. It is nothing but sets background image. It sets background image. Instead of color, you can put background image. And it is also same image for, you can apply for table, you can apply for group, you can apply for row, or you can apply for cell. Background picture also you can keep. So for background picture, but I already told you, picture should be suitable because you have small cells. Picture should be suitable. For example, I am creating here background. Background is equal to dot slash. We have public / images / suppose I am using some image We have what is it? Netflix, huh? Netflix back dot jpg. Something I am applying in the background, it will come like this. We can have for entire table. Colors, everything you have to change with your CSS because here all are black color, right? So you can put table background, entire background of table can be there with that particular. You can apply at every row. You can apply for individual row only. You can apply for individual cell, but important is it will not fit into it. To fit into it, we have to use CSS. That means it will not fit into it. It will look like this. To fit it, we have to use CSS again. So that is the reason generally for tables and backgrounds, they use patterns. Actually, lot of patterns are used, not this kind of images. For example, you will see, so like suppose, I will show here, I will remove this from here and I will put table. Generally what we do is I will open MS Paint. In MS Paint, I will design a small box like that is small box. And here I am creating a simple pattern like this I am designing. Means I am using some pattern like here. I am designing like this. Okay. So let's keep it out. Okay. So like this, we are creating and configuring some pattern. And see, I'm filling with some colors and effects. I'm filling with some colors and effects. These kind of patterns are regularly used. I'm just designing like this. And you see, I'm filling this with colors. So like this, I'm filling with some colors. I'm adding few colors combination here. And that is some color here. I save this now and I will put as pattern PNG file. It is in our full stack web application public images pattern.png file. And I will use that here now. So that means pattern.png. I'm using pattern.png and it will look like this. That means we have background image. We have background image. These kind of patterns, borders are used for designing and configuring. Appearance you can put later. We will see later appearance, how we can configure them. But these kind of images are regularly used. We don't use photos much in the background. We use creating of such patterns because I can make changes in this pattern now. Suppose I am keeping it light colored. So I am keeping it light colored. So or white color. Okay, I will keep this white color and some combinations are changed now and it will look like this now. Right? It depends on how you are configuring the patterns and how you are applying. So I will apply here now. Everywhere yellow color is there and it will display in this way. These are all patterns actually, right? So backgrounds you can apply like that. You can apply at any level. You can define a background option. Table background is equal to image path. You have to write the image path. You know how to write it. You can apply at any level, right? You can configure. This is table. So we have border frame rules. We have cell spacing, cell padding. We have background color and background image. Another important here is you can apply alignments, align and v-align. Align. Actually, align is nothing but align is horizontal. Horizontally left, center, right, or justify. And V align is vertical, vertically top, center, or bottom. These three options you can apply. But to understand vertical alignment, you have to give height. Height. You can apply here. So vertically top, center, bottom. That means for this table, I will remove the background. Okay. And for this table, I'm giving option. See here, I'm using align as center. It will apply to entire table. Table will be center. Now, very important is you cannot apply to column. You can apply only for table. You can apply for row. You can apply for cell. There is nothing like one column I want center. It will not come. It will be only for row. Understood? That means actually in this table, there is relation only in this way. There is no relation in this way. Understood? There is no relation in this way. That is the reason when you design a table, they have only row relation, no column relation. So you cannot apply any effect only for this column. You cannot apply effect only for this column. You have to apply only for this row or that cell. Column wise effects will not come. Column wise effects will not come. So here what we have to do, I will give align center. I will cut this. I will put in T head. T head means you see the head section is center. Already it is center only. I will remove from T head and I will keep here T body. And you see in the table body, all will be center. In table body, all will be center. If I want only for one row, I can apply only for that row. It will be only for that row center will come. If I want, I can apply only for one cell. Suppose only for this cell I want, I can apply only for that cell center will come. Others will not be there. Like that, you have to apply according to the requirement. You cannot apply to entire column. So here you can apply align. You can align. Align is equal. Align can be defined for table. You can define for row. You can define for group. You can define for group or you can define for cell. That is how align options can be defined. Now you can apply V align. V align is vertical align. Vertical align means top, center, bottom. So suppose I given here in this row, so V align as top. Suppose I given V align top, and you can see the vertical alignment will be top. Vertically top. That means this is the vertical alignment, that is top. They are aligned top. By default, what is the vertical alignment? Center. That means you can give top, you can give bottom, and you can see they will come bottom. And by default, if you don't give, they will be where? Center, vertically center. We can keep vertically center, we can keep horizontally center. Vertically, horizontally center. So that is how we can assign. So that is horizontal alignment and vertical. Vertical alignment, you have to define these options. So V align, you can give for row or you can give for group or you can give for cell, not for table. For table, we don't have any vertical alignment. It will be only for either row or group or for cell. Group means T head, T body or T foot like things, right? This is align and V align, how we can define. Syntactically, we write like this. Table can be align center and table row can be align center and V align as center top, something like this you can define. You can apply for cell align is equal to right. You can apply only for that particular cell, but it will not affect for entire columns. So this is horizontal and vertical alignment. Next we have width and height. No need to explain. Width and height already you know. So that means actually width and height here define very important. Width, it sets width for table. It sets width for table and table cell only and cell. Width can be given for table and cell. We should not give width for row. For row, for group, there will be no width. Width can be given at table level or it can be given at cell level. And if you apply to cell, it will apply to entire column. It will apply to entire column, not for single. Height also, height can be defined. It sets height. It sets height for table. So it can set height for group or it can set height for cell. Row also it can set row. It can set for row, group or cell. But width is only for table or cell. For example, I want to adjust the width of this name. I will go here now. I will remove this. You can have different width for every column here. You see here, now generally I want to adjust the width of name, increase the width of name column. Where to apply? You can apply anywhere. You apply width for speaker, it will affect entire column. That means it cannot be like one row, one width, another row, another width. It cannot be like that. That means you see here, you apply the width at any level. Suppose better to give here in the heading, because even you apply in between also, it will apply to everyone. Width I given as 200, then you can see name width will be adjusted. It will be for entire column, that width will be adjusted. Name. So suppose I am giving here, suppose I am removing here, it is removed. I am giving to speaker, so it will apply to entire column only. So better always give the width only for column, that will be easy. Different column can have different width. Suppose for stock I given width is equal to some 150. So 150 or 130. Now you can see the width will be adjusted like this. Price is having different width, name is having different width. Stock is having suppose 190, then stock is having width large. You can adjust accordingly. How you want to configure, you can define accordingly. So this is how you can adjust the width and height. So better always define the width and height like this. And height also, suppose I will put height for this row as 100, and you can see it will affect the height of that row. Suppose I given the height as 200, then height of row will increase. You can adjust the row height, you can adjust the width. You cannot give width here, it will not work here. Width of that row is not working. That row is not working. Why? Because every row width will not be there, cell width will be there. So you have to define width only for rows, width only for cells and table, and height should be defined for row, or you can define for cell also. Even you give for one cell, it will affect entire row. That is how you can configure row width and height. Syntactically like this, we can have table width, some width, or you can give th width, so that is 100, or you can give td width. That is correct option how to define the width. Suppose you want to give height, you give it for row. For row you can give height as 100, that will be better. You can even give it for cell, but not recommended, right? Even you give for cell, it will affect for entire row. That is how you can configure the width and height. Next important here in the table is these are all attributes. Another important attribute is cell spacing. Cell call span and call span and row span. Call span and row span. This is nothing but, so call span, it is used to merge multiple columns into single cell. Multiple columns into single cell, that is done by call span. And the row span, it is used to merge multiple rows into single cell. For that we need to design accordingly. We have to design according to the requirements, right? For this, table also should suit for the situation. For example, let's see here. This table, I will give an example. I will copy this table as an example for before this column span, before the column span, the table. Because with this span, how to design a table, I will show you now. Another table we will create. Let's create another file. This is some students table, HTML. Let's create a table here and head title students. And in the body section, we are designing a table. And for this, we given width as some 600, border as 1. And here we will add T head and TR and TH. We will define as a name and TH, so address. Okay. In the heading itself, we have another row. Heading can contain multiple. Here I given first name, and also I will give TH only. So heading I will give as last name, and here we have city, and we have state, and we have like postal code. Okay. And you can see this is the heading. It looks like this. That is another page. Let's run this. It looks like this now. Now, uneven is there because we know what to do now. I will tell here. After that, we have T body. Total here, how many cells? Ampersand, NB, SP, semicolon. I will put empty. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, because 5 columns are there. And like this, some rows are present. Like this, some rows are present. After that, we have T footer. In that we have a row, in that we have a cell, and only one cell is there. Copy and copyright some 2022. And you can see it looks like this now. Now here, what we want is, here we want this name heading for these 2 columns. For first name and last name, that name heading must be there. That means, let's go to the heading. This name heading should merge 2 columns. Then we have to use call span. Call span, how many? 2. So 2 columns, that means it will be like this. Now address must merge how many columns? 3. That means for address, we have to use call span 3. And you can see it will merge 3 columns. Now the footer should merge how many columns? Including the current column also. That means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now here, See, sometimes people come with the question, if I give 4, what will happen? If you give 4, what will happen? Nothing will happen, because after 3 it will stop, because there is no 4. But later, if one more column is added, then it will merge. But if it is not added, then it will stop at the last, even you give a lengthy number. Even you give a lengthy number, it will stop at last. Right? That is the point. So here you define here call span. Here, how many columns? Call span is nothing but how many columns? 5. And you can see it can merge 5 columns. Then alignment should be center. You know, we can give align is equal to center. It will be in center. So you can merge column anywhere you want. It's not like top or bottom, anywhere you want. But when you are merging, make sure that you are adjusting other cells. If you forget to adjust other cells, then problem will come. For example, see here, suppose this is in the body section, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 are there. That means in the body section, temporarily for your understanding sake, I will give 1, I will give 2, I will give 3, and I will give 4 here like this. And here I will give 5. That means actually I have 5 rows there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now see what I am doing here. So here, this is the second column. Here we are starting. After this second one, you see, after the second one, this is the cell we are having after second. From here I am giving call span as some 5 or 4. And you can see that it will look like this. Then what happens is, after that, if you are merging all of them, you have to delete these 3 extra. Because if you are planning for merging, then extra cells, you have to delete them. You cannot keep them. So what you have to do, if you are merging the 4, then what you have to do, better you remove all the others. That will be easy for you. Right? That means you have to remove the additional things. Wherever you want, you can merge. Wherever you want, you can merge. Only the point is extra you have to remove. Suppose I am giving 3. That means it will merge only 3. Then what about the last one? After 3, last one, there must be cell. I will define a cell ampersand NB SP like this, and you can see it will come there. You can keep any content here between. Here I can keep any content. This is merged cell, and I will keep align as center. I will see BG color is equal to some yellow. Then it looks like this. You can merge anywhere. You can configure anywhere. It's not like you have to merge in the beginning or there. This is merging of columns. Similarly, we can merge the rows also. But rows, in which direction we have to go? Vertical. For example, see now, in the heading, how many rows are there? 2 rows are there. I will go here. So for example, I will go here. Suppose you see here, suppose I want to merge all this postal code. All the postal code must be merged. That means now you go, postal code is last column. Na? That means here, this is the postal code last column. Right? Here we will put, so as, what is it? Row span. How many? 5. Row span 5. That means it will be like this. And of course, others you have to delete. Na? That means in other rows, the last cell must be deleted. Because you are trying to merge, then in that case, last cell should not be there in all other rows. In all other rows, last cell should not be there. Then it will be merging. One more is missing. Here also, you should not have the last one. Where else? Somewhere missing here. This column span is missing. Here we have to remove it. Now it will be fine. You can merge anywhere, but very important, anything extra, you have to remove it. And how do we keep the content here? So in the postal code, where we have used row span. So this is, I defined some, for all of them, same postal code you are defining. That means you have to give V align as V align as center and align also as center. Align and V align center, it will be like this. Directions you cannot give here. That means sometimes people ask, I want 60 degrees, 30 degrees. That is all CSS. With CSS, we can rotate the angle of the presentation. Vertically, we can keep, we can rotate it. The directions are with CSS. This is merging of rows and columns. How you can merge, how you can define the rows and columns. This is one basic example, but we will design a lot of examples and see. When we are presenting some websites, we will use how to create these tables and configure them. Now, very important is you can have a table inside another table. We can create complex designs by using table inside another table. So that means a table can present another table inside it. Such type of presentations are very important. So that we will see in the next session. Right? Today you practice all this. Then tomorrow I will show you some exercises on this. That means we will take one real-time website and we will try to design that with the help of table. Then you will get a clarity. You have designed Amazon. You tried Amazon footer, right? Actually, we can try this kind of design with the table also. But better always use cards. Better always use cards. But with the table also you can design. Because this is all arranged in rows and columns. With the table, it will be easy for this. I will show you that how we can design this screen with the help of tables. That we'll see in our next session. Tomorrow we will do. Okay. Tomorrow we'll continue.